GMOs affect our future? GMOs have been around for a long time, long enough for the world to question.
Biotechnology has presented both positive and negative cases to the economy, our health, and environment.
These cases have influenced an opinion-based answer as to whether GMOs are good or bad.
But the real answer isn't classifying GMOs as good or bad. It is if we can even benefit from them.
So, what is a GMO? A GMO is the outcome of a scientific process where genes from the DNA of one organism are extracted and forced artificially into the genes of another unrelated organism.
Now, one question that we're all probably asking in the grocery store is, what is even used to genetically modify organisms? Genes that are extracted through the scientific process may come from bacteria, viruses, insects, plants, animals, or even humans.
GMOs started to take root in the agriculture industry when the FDA first approved the use of GMOs in 1982, when the insulin humulin was brought into the market for the first time. In 1994, flavor-stable tomatoes were brought into grocery stores, and in 1997, Europe starts the mandatory labeling of GMO products. By 1999, over 100 million acres worldwide were growing GMO seeds.
So are there possible side effects of consuming GMOs? Well, some side effects are allergies, as well as major health issues, such as different types of cancers. There are also health issues for animals that have had their DNA tampered with, such as infections and liver problems, as well as reproductive and infant problems.
But over the past 50 years, the world's population has doubled and is estimated to increase by 2 billion people by 2050. GMOs have been introduced as a way to help grow food to prevent such issues. So farmers have to genetically modify their food productions in order to feed the people.
In the last 5 years, the amount of GMO crops grown in the U.S. has increased by about 25%. Though many countries have been affected by the creation and establishment of GMO products, the United States has been the most affected by these genetically modified plants.
A survey conducted by Rutgers University showed that U.S. consumers were quite knowledgeable about GMOs. 48% knew that GMOs were available at local stores, and only 31% believed they had most likely consumed the GMO product. 54% knew they knew very little or nothing at all about GMOs, and 25% admitted to never have heard any of them.
How much more GMO food is produced annually than organic non-GMO food? Approximately 92% of corn, 94% of soybeans, and 94% of cotton grown in the U.S. are genetically engineered. It was also estimated that about 75% of processed foods sold in supermarkets like soup, soda, and condiments contain GMO ingredients.
One pro as to why GMOs may be good is because they would enhance traits in the organism to help it survive.
Another reason why enhanced plants can be positive is because they would be more capable of fighting and resisting viruses, droughts, cold fronts, and insects.
And since the plants are more resistant, food production and food lifespan have greatly increased.
Using GMOs will also help farmers use less chemicals on their crops and livestock.
Though GMOs usually benefit society, there have been some negative cases where GMOs have hurt both plants and people. One negative case is that GMOs can have negative trigger effects on food allergies and have contributions to antibiotic resistance.
Higher toxin levels could be the result of insertions of foreign plant genes. These toxin levels could harm the environment.
And there are controversial ethical issues due to the possible hazards both for human and health our surroundings.
Some researchers and articles have hinted that GMOs could even be linked to cancer formation and have other health issues.
So, in conclusion, GMOs will affect our future in both positive and negative ways.
Biotechnology will continue to progress.
Our future with GMOs is not set in stone.
And we can only predict the future with the biotechnology we have now.
Thank you.
Well done.